Swiss franc has lost roughly 90% of its value over the last century. Its future is uncertain and depends on numerous factors. I have Flaviu Roman with me in the studio today from the Franc Association to have a look at the Swiss Gold Coin Initiative. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Roman, what are the problems with the Swiss franc at the moment?
Actually, I think there is a problem with most fiat currencies that over time they depreciate, and it's usually because of money printing, which is a process that is used extensively by central banks, especially if there is a crisis or right after a crisis. Money printing leads to inflation, and then the value of a currency depreciates over time. Especially in this crisis of 2008, we have seen that all the central banks basically engaged in printing activities, and even the Swiss National Bank was at some point forced to enforce a minimum level of 1.20 of the exchange rate with the euro. To be able to enforce this level, the Swiss National Bank had to start printing money, and this leads to the depreciation of the Swiss franc as well.
And the association wants to give citizens the right to use gold coins as an exchange complement to the Swiss franc. So Roman, what exactly are the advantages of this?
Yes, that is exactly right. We plan to offer the citizens the opportunity to have an alternative. And basically, if we think about the current situation, gold is indeed tradable, and it is also tax-free. Now, the problems that we have right now and that we want to somehow mitigate by this initiative is, first of all, the current minimum value of gold that can be traded through existing coins is about 180 to 200 Swiss francs, which is quite a high value. And one of the plans that we have by introducing the gold coin is to reduce this value to a few francs so that we somehow democratize this and make it available to the whole population. And then there is another issue regarding the safety, security, and free trade of gold, which is currently regulated through an ordinance. But we are looking to seek constitutional protection so that it guarantees that the exchanges of gold coins will be free, and it would have the highest level of protection that we can achieve through the federal constitution.
Okay, and choice in currency is being recognized as a fundamental right now across the globe. So where else have we witnessed the introduction of gold and silver coins?
That is true, and recently there have been a few similar initiatives that were successful. There is a state in Malaysia that started minting gold and silver coins as late as 2010. And also in 2011, the state of Utah has passed a law that considers gold and silver to be legal tender alongside the United States dollar. Now, our initiative is somewhat similar, but what we aim to do compared to the existing initiatives in other countries is to really obtain the highest level of security by having this guaranteed in the Swiss constitution at the federal level.
And finally, Roman, one last question. Now, how far away is Switzerland from actually making this work? What sort of hurdles would it have to jump for it to be effective and beneficial?
At this point, this initiative is already almost 2 years long, and we have embarked in a process of trying to convince the parliament through an initiative. But we realized that this process can be quite cumbersome and it might take very, very long time. So at this point we are considering a popular initiative instead, which means we are right now looking to gather 100,000 signatures so that we can launch this popular initiative, which would be voted in a referendum. And currently we are finalizing the initiative for this signatures, and we will soon be looking for people to support us in the collection of the signature process. And this could include also donors or people who would be interested in supporting our initiative with funds and with more publicity. And I think the raising of the funds and the beginning of the raising of the signatures will start very soon.
Roman, thank you very much for coming into the studio today.
Thank you as well.
And thank you for watching Dukascopy TV. Well, do stay tuned, as later on we have a regular Dukascopy TV guest, Michel Girardon, and he will be speaking about some news surrounding the ECB. So see you then.